people, you are welcome to my kitchen. This is your girl Mami Adjo Aka, in short Max. So you're welcome to Max's kitchen with some chit chat here and there. Today we are going to learn how to bake or how to make our own corn cake. Yes, corn cake. And we are going to discuss something today. The topic is about how to live a single fulfilled life. We have some few points here we are going to discuss. But before then, let's get to know the ingredients to make our corn cake. Okay. So I have my flour, 1.5 cup of flour. I have 1.5 cup of corn meal or corn flour. If you want to know how to make corn flour, I have the link in the description section. You can click on it, watch and know how to make corn flour. I have 1/2 cup of sugar. If you want more than that, that is your preference. This is my baking powder. I have a teaspoon of nutmeg and 1 teaspoon of salt. I have my milk here, 1 tin milk, vanilla flavor. I have non-dairy milk powder. I really love non-dairy in my cakes. I have 4 eggs and I have my melted margarine, and this is melted margarine I'm going to use for the cake pan. Okay, so this is what you are going to, because the margarine contains salt, you don't need a lot of salt in your baking. You can even choose not to add salt at all. And so the first thing we are going to do is we are going to apply the margarine in our pan and set it aside before we start our cake. Okay, especially if you're a woman, where in our culture it is expected that a woman should marry, have children. You are above 30, you are not married. One thing is, you can choose either to marry or not to marry. It's an individual decision. There are people who really desire to marry, but they haven't found their life partner yet, and they feel they are growing, and so the stress here and there. How do you manage all this stress in a culture whereby it is seen that if you are single, you are not married, especially you're a woman, it means you have not achieved anything? Okay, so the first thing we'll do is to mix our dry ingredients. We are going to mix our dry ingredients first. One thing we need to understand is not everyone will get married. Not everyone. The Bible even says so. Jesus Christ said that because of some attitude or some experience of some people and the treatment of some people will take a decision not to marry. So even Jesus Christ accepted the fact that not everyone will marry. One, if you get to understand this, it will help you to relax a bit. That is, if you're a Christian and you understand that principle from the Bible, it helps you to relax. And so, how do you go about it? Well, maybe you would desire to marry, but the marriage hasn't come yet. How do you still live as a fulfilled young woman, and not to think that because you are not married, it means you are not useful, like the way some people do things? Okay, so we are adding baking powder. I'm adding about 4 of this. So mix everything together very well, very well. Okay, so we are going to set this aside. Get our food processor and then add the other ingredients. And this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to add the melted margarine. To add my sugar. I didn't use all the sugar. Then I'm going to add my egg. We will add a bit of vanilla essence. So we are going to whisk this for some time. want to taste and see. Okay, I'm going to add the salt to it. Then non-dairy milk powder to it. And I'll add my milk also to it. So we are going to add our dry ingredients to the wet ingredients. We are doing this small. I'm going to share some few points with you, and I want to believe you have more to share with me. And so please do not keep it from me. Let's do this together. Okay, our ingredients, our mixture is very thick, so we are going to add egg to it. Okay. Okay, I didn't use all the flour. I'm going to make that one separate. Okay, so we are pouring it into our baking sheet. I'm going to cover it with this one. I'm setting it to 175 and then give it 30 minutes and then allow it to cook. Okay, so my dear, let's discuss some of the points I have here. One, the first point I have here is learn to be alone with yourself. Learn to enjoy your own company. Bear in mind that you can't have everybody around you, and it's not all the time you have people around you. And so you need to learn to be alone. Enjoy your own company. If you are single and you are not happy single, you feel frustrated being single, then when you get married, you will not be happy. If you are not fulfilled as a single woman, you will not be fulfilled as a married woman or as a married man. And so when you see a lot of married people who are happy and enjoying their marriage, they were happy as single before they got married. And so if you are frustrated and you are not happy as a single person, then you will not enjoy being married, because out of that frustration, you will accept a relationship you don't want, all because you want to be married. And so bear in mind, the first thing is enjoy being alone. Enjoy your own company. That is the first key. The second thing we are going to look at is to learn to pursue a new interest. I mean, being single is one of the greatest opportunities you have in life. That is the time you can learn new things, because you are alone, you don't have children, you don't have a wife or a husband. And so you sleep at the time you want, you wake up at the time you want. And so you have the time to learn new things, pursue new interests, go online, develop yourself, learn some skills for yourself. Maybe it could be cooking, baking, cake decoration and those things. Maybe crafting, interior decorations. Learn these things. It doesn't matter your degree. You can learn some of these new skills for yourself. So this is the time for you to develop yourself. This is the time for you to attend relationship seminars and learn new ideas, upgrade yourself, your intellectual level, upgrade it. If you are a Christian, this is the time you need to be more active in the work of God. Because if you are single and you cannot go out there and do the work of God, you are lazy in prayer, you don't have time studying your Bible, you don't have time going to church. Is it when you are married, then you can do those things? When you are alone, no pressure on you, you can't have quite expensive time with God? Quality time with God. Is it when you are married and you have other responsibilities that you can have quality time with God? So this is the time to create that kind of quality alone with God. That is why you need to enjoy your own company. Being alone at that time, you can meditate a lot, talk to God, and read Bible, and then that is what you need to do. Get involved in church activities. Do more for God, so that when you get married, those things will not be difficult for you to do in marriage. A lot of us are waiting to get married before we can pray with our partners. If you can't pray alone, how can you pray with your partner? Imagine your partner too is a type who was also living like you. Then the two of you will not pray. And so let's learn to do much for God. Get more involved in Christian activities while we are single. One of the things is appreciate what you have. If you are single and you don't appreciate what you have, such as your job, such as your family and friends around you, if you do not appreciate your education and the things you have, then you'll be forced to marry, because you think that it is only when you're married then you will see that you have achieved something. Then you can appreciate that I am married, I have a wife, I have children, I have a husband. Learn to appreciate family and friends. Learn to appreciate your job and work well. And as a single person, one of the things you can do is to define your relationship standards. And so you are single. You have, a friend said that if you are single, you have the opportunity to choose from a lot. But if you are married, that opportunity ceases. And so this is the time you need to define the kind of relationship you want in the future. What relationship do you want? What are your expectations? You define these things and compare and see if these expectations are really necessary or if they are not necessary. If you are able to tell yourself the kind of marriage you want, you try to upgrade yourself for that kind of marriage. You cannot say, I want a peaceful marriage, when you yourself, you don't have a peaceful character or attitude. And so if you want a godly marriage, then you would learn to train yourself to be a godly person. This is the time you should learn to read more, not novels, not just novels, but books that will educate your mind, that will make you more intelligent, that will put you in a position where wherever you go and you stand and you are talking, people would love to listen. Okay, so at this point, we are going to check on our cake so far. And I have the stick to use to check on our cake. I baked it for 20 minutes. I stopped it and then remove the cover. Remove the cover so that I can get it fast. And give it 20 minutes again. It's now left with 10 minutes. But at this point, looking at it, I will stop it and then check if the cake is okay. 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 Okay, so this is it. It is dry, so it is very good. I offed it. Okay, so it's dry. It means well baked. Okay. And one of the ways also is to give yourself a treat. Stop being sad and all the time looking like because you're not married, the world is coming to an end. And give yourself a treat. If you see a beautiful dress and you can afford it, buy it for yourself. If you see a beautiful bag, shoe, and you can afford it, buy it for yourself. Get something quality. Give yourself nice treats. If you can afford a spa, go for it. If you can afford having a very nice, beautiful hair, go for it. Give yourself a very nice meal. There are a lot of young women out there who think that if I dress and look beautiful, when the man sees me, will think I'm so expensive, so I will not. Your appearance will tell the kind of person who should approach you. Look your best. Give yourself that kind of special treat, because in this life, How long are we going to live? What if you now marry? That is the question I always ask myself. What if I will never get married? And so I should always look tattered, sad because there is no man, because I'm not married, and because I want to attract a man, for the man not to say that I'm too expensive, so I'll look worried. No. Learn to treat yourself well. Give yourself a very good treat. There are a lot of women who have bought saucepans and some cooking utensils. They've packaged it somewhere waiting to get married. And so some of these things you do, it put pressure on you. You see it and you're always like, when am I going to get married to use this? No. Use them, because as time goes by, new things are coming. Very soon, that thing you have packaged somewhere will be outdated. You will not need it in your kitchen again. So use it. Make good use of it. Give yourself a wonderful treat. That one of my reasons is that there are young women out there whom men are buying these things for them. Men are buying expensive bags, expensive dresses, and taking them out on a good treat. You don't have a man to do that for you, and you still deny yourself those kind of treats, even though you can do it for yourself. Why not go for it? Forget about what people will say. Future you want. Plan it. Job opportunity, maybe you want to set up a business. Plan it. Have a planned life so that things will fall in place the way you want. You don't get married and you, hey, I wish I am single so that I can do this. I wish I am single. If you are not able to live a fulfilled single life, you will marry and still wish to be single. Advance your career. Go to school. If you want to have a PhD as a single woman or as a single man, this is the time. It is not that you are saying that I'm not going to marry, I want to go to school. When a marriage opportunity comes, take it. But do not let that marriage opportunity kill your career. And don't let career prevent you from getting married. Some people have marriage opportunities, but they say, I want to go to school, so I will not marry. If you have a partner who is ready to support you to build your career, go for it. If you are single and you are not in a relationship, this is the time to develop your career. Go to school, get that degree, get that master's, get that PhD. If a man sees you with those things and he feels intimidated, that is his own business. And one of my reasons is that there are women out there whom men are spending money on to give them master's degrees. I know someone who the man married when she had completed SS, and the man has taken care of her education, everything. Now she's having PhD. I know someone who finished the first degree and got married. The man has spent on her, paid for her master's degree. She's reading a master's, she wants to read PhD. The man is ready to help her read PhD. My point is, if a man can do it for a fellow woman, help her to get a degree, to get masters, and even to get PhD, and the man doesn't feel bad about it. And me, my father is paying my school fees, or probably I am paying my own school fees to get a master's degree or PhD, and you, a man coming into my life, you're not going to spend money on that, you feel intimidated, then that is his own business. Don't let the desire of getting married prevent you from developing your career. Okay, so we are going to turn our cake and see the end result we have. One cake, you can also try and forget about what people will say. As for the criticism, you get it everywhere. At church, everywhere, you get people questioning you. One of the ways to deal with this negative comment from people is, one, learn to accept that people will be negative to you. The second point is that learn to be your own encouragement. Get to understand why you are single. And then celebrate yourself. If you're able to achieve something, celebrate it. When people see that you are happy, no amount of their negative comments will get to you. Don't allow those negative comments out there weigh you down. Learn to understand that people will, even if you are married, people will still have something negative to say about you. People will have something negative to say about your education, about your job, about the things, everything everything around you. And so you being single and people saying something negative isn't anything new or a big deal. Get to understand these points, these facts, and then be relaxed. If you really desire to marry at the right time, you will definitely get married. When you go through this, you develop yourself well. It helps you to meet the person who will help you to get to that point in life you want to get to. And you also become a blessing in the life of that person. But if you just sit there, wallow in tears and worry, and you don't upgrade yourself, develop yourself, you don't read in any way, and you are always being affected by the negative comments of others, even when the right person comes, you will not see. So my dear, these are few tips I can share with you to help you live a very successful life. Once again, do not let someone make you feel because you're not married you shouldn't have education. Don't let a man or someone tell you that, let me share this story with you. I know someone, when she was about to start her first degree, she was around 26 and a man wanted to marry her, but she said, I want to go to school and we can still marry and go to school. The man said, forget about education, it's not important. Why are you going to school? You have learned a trade, why worry to go to school? This lady didn't listen. She went through the education, 4 years she completed, and during her service she decided to contact this man. When she contacted the man was talking on a low voice. Later she contacted the man again and realized that the man was in class. The man had started his first degree then. Now the point is, this man actually also wished to go to the university. And because he hadn't gotten the opportunity at that time and wanted to marry, and the woman he wants to marry is going to the university, he's trying to stop this woman. Imagine if this woman had listened to this man and jumped into marriage with him. And this man, who is saying education is not important, university degree is not important, who have started university, and this woman would be there, all her educational dreams down the drain. Because the man isn't even talking in a way for her to feel that, even if you get married, you can still go to school. He's making her feel that it is not necessary. Don't put yourself in that position because you will live to regret. I know people who decided not to go to school and get married, and they have regretted. Not to get some job opportunities and get married, and they have regretted. If the man wants to marry you, if that woman wants you, he or she should be able to help you to achieve that goal. Your desires, so far as those goals, those desires are not negative, he or she should be able to help you get there. If he or she is going to stop you from achieving something great in life, don't go for it. Learn to live a single, fulfilling life, and you will enjoy your marriage in the future. And hey, give this a try. Give this a try and let me know about it. What is your story? Share with me. What topic do you want us to discuss? Share with me. Follow me on Facebook, Ajoa Aka. And also, if you have stories, you can send it to my Facebook page, Ajoa Aka, by messenger. You can also send it to my email address, pendulab2@gmail.com. And then let's do this together. Thanks so much for being part of my chit chats and recipe today. Bye-bye.
I will run, I will climb, I will soar. I'm undefeated. Jumping out of my skin, pull the cord. Yeah, I believe